My dear friend, there is a truth in the world that is hidden, quiet, and vast, a truth that lies beneath the surface of our individual minds. Carl Jung called it the collective unconscious. It is the great unseen, the silent ocean in which every human soul swims. It is the memory of the human race, the invisible thread that connects every life, every story, every heart. Imagine, for a moment, that your mind is not a solitary island. Imagine that beneath your thoughts, beneath your conscious awareness, lies a vast continent, shared by all. A place where the dreams of the ancients meet the fears of the newborn. Where myths, symbols, and memories are woven into the fabric of human existence. This is the collective unconscious. Jung discovered this not in books, but in the depths of his own experience. He saw patterns in dreams, symbols that appeared across cultures, stories that transcended time. He realized, there is a shared language of the soul. And in that language lies a hidden wisdom. But what does this mean for us, here and now? The collective unconscious is not something separate. It is not a library we can enter at will. It is alive within us. It shapes our thoughts before we understand them. It colors our dreams before we interpret them. It moves through us like a river whose source we cannot see. There is a psychology here that changes how we see ourselves. We are not isolated beings. We are connected, woven into an unseen whole. And this connection carries both light and shadow. Jung spoke of archetypes, the universal symbols within the collective unconscious. The mother, the hero, the shadow, the wise old man. These are not figments of imagination. They are deep patterns that live in the human psyche. They shape our stories, our choices, our fears, and our dreams. But here lies the deeper secret: we carry the collective unconscious not only in our minds, but in our hearts. It is the root of our empathy, our art, our myths. It is the place where our personal soul touches the soul of humanity. Psychologically, this means we are never truly alone. Even in solitude, we are surrounded by echoes of ancestors, of forgotten stories, of dreams we have never dreamt ourselves. And these echoes shape us in ways we rarely perceive. This is both a gift and a challenge. The gift is connection. To know that we are part of something greater gives meaning. It reminds us that our struggles are not merely our own, but part of the human story. That our dreams are part of a deeper dream. That our pain is part of a shared wound. The challenge is awareness. Most of us live unaware of the collective unconscious. We wander through life shaped by unseen forces, repeating patterns without knowing why. This is why Jung said the work of the soul is to become conscious of the unconscious. To bring the hidden into the light. This is not an easy path. To meet the collective unconscious is to meet the unknown within. It is to confront symbols that stir fear, to meet shadows that we have denied. But it is also to awaken to a deeper truth. Let us speak of a metaphor. Imagine a vast forest. Above the forest are countless paths, winding and visible. These paths are our conscious thoughts, our daily choices, our personal awareness. But below the forest floor lies a vast root system, hidden, interconnected, ancient. This is the collective unconscious. Every path in the forest is nourished by these roots. Every choice is shaped by them. To understand the forest, we must learn to listen to its roots. This is the work of individuation, Jung's great process of psychological growth. It is the journey inward to meet the unconscious, to discover the archetypes that live within us, and to integrate them into our conscious life. And in doing this, we discover something extraordinary: we are not isolated. We are part of a living, breathing mind, a collective soul that has spoken through art, myth, and dream since the dawn of humanity. To live with awareness of the collective unconscious is to live with humility. It is to see yourself as a thread in a vast tapestry. It is to understand that your life is not separate from the story of the world. There is a deep psychology here. Those who have touched the truth of the collective unconscious often live differently. They are more open to meaning. They are more attuned to the symbolism in life. They see their struggles not only as personal trials, but as reflections of universal themes. And this changes how they face life. They no longer see themselves as isolated actors in a random play. They see themselves as participants in a timeless story. And this awareness brings both peace and responsibility. Because if we are connected at this deep level, our actions ripple beyond what we can see. Our choices carry weight far greater than we imagine. This is why Jung spoke of the soul's work, not as a private task, but as a contribution to the whole. To touch the collective unconscious is to touch something sacred. It is to step beyond ego and enter a space where self and other dissolve. Where the personal becomes universal. Where the soul remembers its place in the great story of humanity. And here lies the final truth: the collective unconscious is not a thing to be conquered. It is a mystery to be lived. To open ourselves to it is to open ourselves to the depth of life. It is to meet not only our own soul, but the soul of all humanity. My dear friend, we walk this earth as individuals, but we carry within us the memory of the whole. To live consciously with this knowledge is to live deeply, to live wisely, to live with a sense of belonging that no solitude can erase. This is the secret of the collective unconscious, that beneath the surface of our minds lies a shared soul. And in that shared soul lies the truth of who we are. We are not alone. We are woven together. We are part of something far greater than ourselves. And in this knowing, we find both mystery and home. My dear friend, let us walk deeper into this mystery of the collective unconscious. For it is not a distant theory, it is a living reality, quietly shaping the way we dream, think, and live. The language of the unconscious is not spoken in words, but in symbols. It speaks in dreams, myths, art, and ritual. And these symbols are not random, they are the voices of archetypes, the eternal patterns of the human soul. Jung showed us that these archetypes are the shared memory of humanity. They are not taught. They are inherited. They emerge spontaneously in the lives of people separated by centuries and continents. The image of the mother, the hero, the wise old man. These appear again and again, in dreams, in fairy tales, in the myths of every culture. They are proof that our souls are connected at the deepest level. But why does this matter for us today? Because the collective unconscious is not something abstract, it is the living foundation of our psyche. It shapes our fears, our desires, our values. It influences our relationships, our creativity, our sense of meaning. When we live unaware of this inner world, we live partially blind. We repeat patterns unconsciously. We act as if we are alone, as if our struggles and dreams are isolated. But the moment we become aware of the collective unconscious, something shifts. We begin to see our lives in a larger context. We begin to see our personal struggles as echoes of universal struggles. There is a deep healing that comes with this awareness. To recognize the archetypes within us is to meet ourselves as part of a larger whole. It is to realize that we carry not only our own wounds, but the wounds of humanity. And in that recognition lies compassion, for ourselves and for others. Here is another truth: the collective unconscious is not static. It evolves. It is a living memory that grows with each human life. Our dreams, our stories, our creations add to it. Every act of creativity, every moment of deep insight, every dream we remember is a thread woven into the tapestry of the collective soul. This is why Jung believed that individuation, the process of becoming whole, was not only personal, but universal. To individuate is to bring the unconscious into consciousness, to integrate the hidden parts of ourselves, but in doing so, we also enrich the collective unconscious. We contribute to the living memory of humanity. Let me share with you a metaphor. There is a great river, flowing unseen beneath the earth. It moves silently, carrying the waters of countless springs. Each of us drinks from this river, even if we do not know its source. The collective unconscious is like this river. It flows through us, shaping the landscape of our inner world. To live consciously is to drink deeply and mindfully from it. To recognize the river is to recognize our place within it. The psychology of those who are aware of the collective unconscious is different. They live with humility, knowing they are part of something far greater. They live with curiosity, because they understand that life is a mystery to be explored. They live with courage, because they know that to enter the unconscious is to face both beauty and shadow. And there is a deeper courage still, this: to live in a way that nourishes the collective soul. To create not only for oneself, but for the whole. To tell one's own truth, not as an isolated voice, but as part of the chorus of humanity. This is the path Jung pointed to, a path of conscious living. To engage with the collective unconscious is to take responsibility for it. To recognize that the stories we live, the dreams we follow, the wounds we heal, all ripple outward. They add to the shared memory. They shape the unconscious of future generations. There is a sacredness here. Jung called it the mystery of the psyche. To live in awareness of the collective unconscious is to live in awe of life. It is to see oneself not as an isolated being, but as a note in the eternal music of existence. And so, my dear friend, I invite you to consider this: what if your dreams are not yours alone? What if they are echoes of a deeper memory, a message from the soul of humanity? What if every fear you feel, every longing in your heart, every symbol in your dreams is a thread in a vast tapestry you cannot yet see? To live with this awareness is to live differently. It is to move with gentleness, because we recognize the unseen connection. It is to act with care, because our choices echo beyond us. It is to create with intention, because we know creation adds to the living unconscious. There is a quiet power in this knowledge, the power of belonging. Not to a place, not to a group, but to something timeless. To the river of the human soul. And here lies the deepest secret of Jung's discovery: the collective unconscious is not something to possess. It is something to participate in. It is a mystery to walk with, not a problem to solve. To touch it is to touch the heart of existence itself. To know it is to know that you are never truly alone. And in that knowing lies a kind of peace that no turmoil can take away. So walk gently, my friend. Listen to your dreams. Honor your symbols. Meet your shadows. For in the depths of your own soul lies the secret of the collective unconscious. And in that secret lies the truth of who we are. We are not isolated souls. We are threads in a living tapestry. We are drops in an endless river. We are part of the eternal story of humanity. And in this knowing, we find home.